Charlie, how does a seller know whether or not renovations are needed and whether or not they're going to be worth it and get a return on their investment?
From my perspective, that's something would have to do for them. I'm not sure if they'll know without a good agent to make the evaluation. I think most people too are wondering, should they renovate or should they not?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, generally.
Big picture, usually and I'm being real specific about the word that we're using, renovation means something big. We're not talking about, let's call a different class, which would be home improvements, which would be the typical things that you do when you put a home on the market. That's paint, that's maybe refinishing the floors, that's fixing the house, repairs, that type of stuff. That's typical.
Renovation is new bathroom.
New kitchen, finish the basement, finish the attic. There is a ton of research available, both from the National Association of Home Builders and the National Association of Realtors on this particular topic. Two people that, in my opinion, are probably biased to tell us that there is a return on investment.
Yeah, of course.
In neither case are they able to say that a major renovation like a kitchen reno or an attic renovation has 100% or even near 100%. It's probably more like 60%, maybe on average. Some are 50, some are 75, but say in that window of return from this research that was done. So the short answer to the question is, should you renovate to sell? Probably not. Mm-hmm. The longer answer to that question would be, get a realtor to come out and take a look at the house. Yeah. Because that's a blanket statement, but there are cases where the bathroom is so bad that you're not going to be able to sell the house. Yeah. Or there are circumstances that really that has to be done in order to sell. Or you're going to accept a significantly lower price. It's a $100,000 bathroom, but drops the price of the house by 150 or 200, and you'll make a decision as a seller whether or not you want to take the reduction in price or just get the work done.
Yeah. Or do the work ahead of time.
That's the right way to do it. Yeah. Have their agent come in, because you just can't blanket statement that question, and it's too important to the marketing and the overall effect.
Yeah, on the home. And it's all about first impressions. If someone walks into a house and they see that one bathroom is dilapidated, your house is in a competition against other houses. Yep. If the other ones don't have that issue, the buyer's just going to move on.
Yeah. Yeah, even some cases where it's not really, with low inventory, they may not have anything else to even compare it to. Yeah. But even in that scenario, the buyer, in our case, remember we're talking about our Greenwich world, it's a different client, and they are not necessarily keen on redoing that bathroom. And that's the real challenge with something like that. The house is great, but they just don't want to deal with the kitchen renovation. They don't want to deal with the bathroom renovation, and so they skip that home. Yeah, potentially go to something, maybe even pay more for it, just because it's turnkey.
Yeah, that makes sense. Now, how does your construction background tie into all of this? How does your experience there help your clients?
I think that's a great question. So that basically, I think the value there is, I know essentially roughly what costs are. It's not like I'm walking around writing estimates anymore, but I have a general idea of what things cost. And so I can look at something and go, this is a relatively low cost thing that you could do to impact the value. And these are stay away from, they're a can of worms, you know what I mean, that you just don't want to approach. Yeah. In theory, remodeling that bathroom is a good idea because it's really dilapidated, and I think it's going to cause us not to sell the house. But the house is 150 years old, and I can tell there's probably cast iron piping. There's all this stuff. You're going to open those walls, and it's going to turn into a huge project. Yeah. And I can see that because I've been through those before, and I just know, leave that alone.
Yeah, in cases like that.
You told me you need to get on the market in a month. Don't touch that room because you won't make it. Yeah.
That makes a ton of sense. And that's something I would never have thought of as someone who has no construction background, that the pipes.
Oh yeah. No bathroom remodel is not the same. Yeah. Wow. Especially in our area with the range of construction
and
ages.
Some homes here get so old.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it could be 100 years plus easily. Yeah. And so those are the homes that tend to have the worst variability to what the job price is going to really cost. They're all $100,000 when you start. Let's say, you know,
Yeah.
it's renovations,
Yeah.
maybe, but
Yeah.
that one goes long.
Yeah.
It takes more time, it takes more money, and how much sometimes you just don't know, because those things are hidden behind the walls. Even your contractor didn't know. He knew there probably were going to be issues to be found, but he doesn't know what.
Yeah, and to what extent.
Yeah.
I could see why you called it a can of worms.
Yeah.